on, everybody? It actually rained here a little bit. Amazing. Well, obviously I got a little bit of framing started. I am building my walls 2 foot on center. Some people might scowl at that. I know it's just a garage. And I'm also going to be stack framing these things so that, and that means that my trusses are going to bear right down on top of each of the studs. So this wall right here is going to be a load bearing wall, and I'll lay the trusses out so that they fall on there. The trusses are right on the other side of my truck, probably can't see them, and I'll build that wall and I'll lay it out in the same way right there so all the trusses stack frame. The actual framing, I'm not sheeting the walls as I build it because one, they get a little bit heavy, and this is a one-man operation here for the most part. I mean, I get help when I need it, but if I can do it by myself, I try to get it done. This is the way I build my corners. There's different ways to build them. I'll show you how that'll work out. So basically there'll be an end stud on here, right here. Once this gets framed up, this will get nailed on, and this will leave an inside nailing on both directions here. I'll put a little bit of fiberglass insulation in these pockets before I put the sheeting on, just in case. I'm hopefully insulate this sometime. So then once all the main walls are up, what'll happen, this stud will come up here, and then this top plate will come on right through to here. They'll butt into here, get them nice and tight, but then there'll be another plate going on top of here that'll overlap and get nailed down through it really well, and it'll tie everything together really, really well. So once this wall here is plywooded, the plywood's gonna have to shoot past here 4 inches. 3.5 for the 2x4, and then another 1/2 inch for this sheeting. So I set my tape measure at 4 inches right here. And now on the standard, like 16-inch centers, basically what you do is you mark 3/4 less than your actual layout. So like if it was 16-inch center, you mark 15 1/4, and then set ahead, put an X ahead. And then when you put a framing square on there, you can mark both sides of the framing square, and that'll show exactly where your stud should be. Just like here, I have 23 1/4 marked, put an X set ahead, and when I put my framing square on there and mark both sides of it, it puts an 1.5 inch line right down through there. And you want to mark them 3/4 less, because once you start putting a sheet of plywood on here, whether it's 4 foot mark or the 8 foot mark, your plywood will hit dead center of a stud. Now, just a little tip here. I only remember ever using these a couple times when I was working with my brother. These are 19.2 inch centers. If you ever looked at a tape measure and saw those little diamonds, you didn't know what they were, they're sort of like the 16 centers are usually all red, and then every 19.2 inches there's a little diamond. I think it was like a floor truss system we laid out, 19.2 inch centers, or maybe a roof truss system, but that's a diamond at 19.2, 38.4, and so forth. You'll see the little diamonds. All right, I'm gonna get these spread out and get rock and rolling here. All right, so the rough framing is done. 99%. I just got a double plate on top of the wall. So I'm just going to show you a couple things. Well, first I'll show you my big mistake. I got in a hurry. This is what happens when you get in a hurry. My garage doors are 7'6". I just got in a big bloody hurry, cut my jacks and everything. 7'6", forgot to deduct 1.5 inches from my plate. And the garage doors are framed up. Got a 2x10 going across the top. It'll act like a header, and plus a place to mount all the torsion springs and stuff when the garage door goes in. And then these 2x4s here will hold the side rails of the garage doors coming down. Let's see, what's the next step here? Putting the double plates on. And then I'll be just racking the walls plumb and getting ready for sheeting. That's going to be about it for this video. Next step will be sheeting the walls, setting the trusses, and then the roof, and get the shingles on. That's my goal before winter sets in. Thanks for watching.